brace yourself, because what I'm about to tell you makes every past football scandal look like a harmless locker room prank. What if I told you the biggest name in world football is a Ronaldo? It isn't Messi. It's a woman caught right in the middle of scandals so explosive it could destroy families, careers, and fan bases forever. Yes, I'm talking about Georgina Rodríguez, Ronaldo's longtime partner, the supposed queen of his empire. But the streets are whispering, the blogs are screaming, and the so-called leaked DNA report is now pointing at one man, Lionel Messi. Let that sink in for a second. Messi, the quiet, family man, Mr. Golden Boy himself, allegedly tied to Georgina's shocking pregnancy? Are we witnessing the ultimate betrayal of the century? Imagine Ronaldo, the perfectionist, the icon, blindsided not on the pitch, but in his own home. Imagine the memes, the chants, the headlines. Messi scoring his biggest goal where Ronaldo never expected. Anonymous insiders claim this isn't just gossip. They're calling it the betrayal that broke football. The question is, did Georgina really cross the ultimate line? And if that DNA report is real, then what happens when Ronaldo faces the truth? Stay with me, because this rabbit hole only gets darker. When the whispers first started, no one took them seriously. After all, who in their right mind would believe that Georgina Rodríguez, Ronaldo's carefully crafted partner and brand ambassador, would be involved in something this outrageous? But as history has shown us, the most polished images often hide the dirtiest secrets. And if there's one thing the football world loves more than goals, it's gossip, especially when it involves Messi and Ronaldo, two men whose rivalry already defines an era. Think about it. For more than a decade, the narrative has been simple: Messi versus Ronaldo. El Clasico, Ballon d'Or debates. Who's the GOAT? But now, we're not just talking about records on the field. We're talking about Georgina's private life bleeding into the heart of that rivalry. This isn't just about who has more trophies. This is about who allegedly has Georgina's child. And the evidence, according to a so-called leaked DNA report circulating on encrypted forums, doesn't look good for Ronaldo. Anonymous insiders claim the report was buried before it go public. But screenshots have already started leaking. A page stamped with medical symbols, names blacked out but oh so suspiciously highlighted, showing markers that point to one conclusion: Messi, not Ronaldo, is a father. Dramatic? Absolutely. Fake? Possibly. But in the scandal business, perception matters more than truth. Fans quickly pulled up old footage. Remember that gala where Georgina and Messi exchanged what looked like an innocent smile? Social media now calls it the smile that started it all. Twitter timelines filled with side-by-side comparisons of Messi's kids and alleged features in Georgina's latest child. Same eyes, one fan wrote. Same jawline, another added, as if they had PhDs in genetics from the University of Instagram. But here's the kicker. This isn't Georgina's first brush with scandal. Cast your memory back to when she was accused of being a gold digger before Ronaldo picked her out from a Gucci store. Remember those tabloid whispers that she had ambitions bigger than love? People dismissed them as jealousy. Now, with this bombshell DNA leak, those rumors look less like gossip and more like foreshadowing. And Ronaldo, the man who prides himself on discipline, on control, on being untouchable, insiders say he is destroyed. One source, allegedly a close friend of the family, claimed Cristiano feels his betrayal is worse than any defeat he's had on the pitch. At least when Messi beat him for Ballon d'Ors, it was fair. But this is personal. This is humiliation on a global scale. Humiliation indeed. Imagine walking into a stadium filled with tens of thousands chanting not just your name, but your partner's scandal. Already, clips have surfaced of rival fans in Spain yelling Messi's baby. When Ronaldo's name comes up, for a man obsessed with legacy, this is legacy shattering. But let's pause for a second. Is this all coincidence? Or has football's fiercest rivalry taken on a new, twisted form? Remember, scandals in the sports world don't just pop out of nowhere. They usually come packaged with receipts, leaks, and whispers from people who benefit from the chaos. Some claim this is a work of Messi's camp. Others point to shadowy tabloids in Spain trying to cash in on Ronaldo's downfall. But the real twist is that the DNA document seems to have originated not from Europe, but from South America, Argentina, to be precise. A convenient coincidence, or a smoking gun. Georgina herself has been suspiciously quiet. No statements, no Instagram rants, no public denials. For a woman who normally floods her socials with luxury cars, private jets, and branded partnerships, this silence screams louder than any words. Silence in scandals is rarely innocence. It's usually strategy. Meanwhile, fans on TikTok have already turned the scandal into a series of viral edits. Clips of Messi scoring goals, overlaid with captions like, "He scores on and off the field." Memes of Ronaldo crying after a Champions League exit, spliced with the words, "Not again." And let's not forget the edits showing Georgina walking down red carpets with the caption, "She played both sides of El Clasico." Even football analysts, normally reserved for stats and tactics, can't resist weighing in. One commentator sarcastically remarked on live TV, "Well, Messi may have finally beaten Ronaldo where it really matters." The audience laughed, but behind the joke lies a brutal reality. Public perception is a beast, and once it turns against you, there's no saving face. Of course, Ronaldo's camp is scrambling. According to anonymous leaked chats, supposedly from his management team, they're planning to sue media outlets, demand retractions, and even push for an international investigation into fake reports designed to fame him. But here's the problem. Denials don't go viral. Leaks do. Screenshots do. Hashtags do. And right now, hashtag Messi baby and hashtag Ronaldo destroyed are trending worldwide. Let's not forget the bigger picture. Messi has always been portrayed as a saint, the family man, the guy who avoids scandals. But if this story holds even a shred of truth, it rebrands him overnight. The hero becomes a villain, and the rivalry between Messi and Ronaldo shifts from football debates to tabloid wars. Suddenly, we're not talking about goals. We're talking about DNA tests. And you can't script this stuff better than reality. Or, in this case, scandal dressed up as reality. Because let's face it, even if the DNA report is fake, the damage is done. Ronaldo's image is cracks. Georgina's loyalty is in question, and Messi's Mr. Perfect label is permanently stained. The fallout? That's just beginning. And trust me, if you think this is wild, wait until you hear what came out next. Because insiders say there's more than just a DNA report. There are alleged videos, hidden conversations, and anonymous testimonies waiting to explode. The so-called DNA report had already cracked open the door, but what followed blew it right off its hinges. Suddenly, private forums, gossip blogs, and anonymous insiders started dropping receipts left and right. And trust me, the receipts weren't just text. They came with images, videos, and messages that painted a picture even Ronaldo's lawyers couldn't spin away. First came the hotel footage, a grainy black and white video, allegedly leaked from a Paris luxury suite, showing a woman strikingly similar to Georgina entering a corridor just minutes after midnight. Walking 2 steps behind her, a man with Messi's exact build, haircut, and walk. The timing was damning. Fans traced the date to the same night Messi's PSG squad had played a Champions League match. The captions on social media said it all. When Ronaldo was warming the bench, Messi was warming Georgina. Next came the supposed WhatsApp screenshots. In one chat, allegedly between Georgina and a close friend, she wrote, "It wasn't supposed to go this far, but I can't say no to him. He makes me feel alive in a way Cristiano never does." Whether those messages are real or fake, it doesn't matter. The internet decided they were gospel. Memes flooded timelines. Fans joked that Messi doesn't just create goals. He creates heirs. The escalation was instant. A Spanish tabloid splashed a headline, "Messi why Georgina, a more prohibito, forbidden love." Overnight, the scandal transformed from whispers into a full-blown international soap opera. For Ronaldo, who built his empire on discipline, loyalty, and family branding, this wasn't just a leak. This was character assassination served on a platinum tray. And the reactions? Brutal. Stadiums in Spain and Italy erupted with chants mocking Ronaldo. Messi's baby echoed through the stands like a war cry. One video showed a group of fans holding up baby dolls wearing Barcelona kits outside a Juventus training ground. Comment sections across YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok became battlegrounds. Some called Georgina a traitor. Others crowned Messi the ultimate GOAT. Not for his football, but for supposedly scoring the most important goal of his life. Meanwhile, supposed insiders from Ronaldo's inner circle started speaking anonymously to gossip outlets. One claimed, "Cristiano hasn't eaten in days. He feels betrayed beyond repair. He said this is worse than losing a Champions League final." Another added, "He smashed his phone when the video leaked. He doesn't even trust Georgina to explain anymore. For him, silence is guilt." And Georgina's silence was deafening. No denial, no Instagram story, not even a cryptic quote post. For a woman who usually floods her socials with Birkin bags and diamond bracelets, her decision to go radio silent screamed louder than any explanation. Fans noticed immediately. One viral tweet read, "She posted her breakfast croissant last week, but can't deny this? Guilty." Adding fuel to the fire, a French gossip journalist claimed that a private clinic in Paris confirmed the pregnancy rumor. They didn't name names, but hinted at a world-famous athlete's partner seen with test results. Within hours, everyone connected the dots, fair or not. The hashtags #MessyBaby and #GeorginaExposed dominated Twitter's trending list. Let's not forget the so-called DNA test itself. Analysts picked apart the document, pointing out inconsistencies, medical jargon, and even watermarks. Some claimed it was a forgery. Others argued it looked too real to be fake. But here's the thing. By the time experts debate authenticity, the internet has already made up its mind. Screenshots go viral faster than corrections ever can. For Ronaldo, the truth didn't matter. The meme became the truth. And Messi? Publicly, he stayed quiet. But paparazzi photos told another story. He was spotted smiling with Antonella, his wife, while leaving a Barcelona restaurant. The smile looked normal, but fans labeled it as the grin of a man who knows he's untouchable. Some even joked Antonella was either the most loyal wife or the most in-denial woman on earth. The scandal also triggered wild conspiracy theories. One theory claimed this was orchestrated by Ronaldo's rivals to tarnish his brand ahead of a major endorsement deal. Another insisted Messi's camp deliberately leaked the story to permanently humiliate his longtime rival. And a third theory, the juiciest of all, suggested Georgina herself leaked it to gain leverage over Ronaldo and secure her financial future if the relationship crumbles. Brand began to panic. Ronaldo's image as a perfect family man is $1 billion product. Nike, luxury watches, hotels. These brands depend on his spotless persona. PR experts warned that even an unproven rumor could cost him millions. One insider allegedly leaked an email showing executives writing, "We need contingency plans. If this story grows, our ambassador may become a liability." Imagine that Ronaldo, the most marketable athlete in the world, suddenly being labeled as damaged goods. Meanwhile, the memes kept rolling. One TikTok edit with over 5 million views showed Messi dribbling past offenders with a caption, "He dribbled past Cristiano's whole life too." Another edit showed Ronaldo lifting weights with text overlay, "Building muscles won't fix DNA." Savage. By now, the football world wasn't debating who was the GOAT on the field. They were debating who won the war off it. Messi's fans gloated endlessly, calling him the father of legacies. Ronaldo's fans, desperate to fight back, accused Georgina of betrayal, calling her the Yoko Ono of football. The fallout reached a fever pitch when an Argentine TV channel claimed to have exclusive access to audio recordings of Georgina confessing to her friend. The audio, grainy but dramatic, allegedly featured her saying, "Cristiano doesn't need me anymore, but Lionel makes me feel needed." Whether fabricated or not, that clip spread like wildfire. And just when it seemed the circus couldn't get crazier, rumors emerged that Ronaldo had contacted high-powered lawyers to launch an international investigation into the leaks. His team allegedly threatened lawsuits worth millions against any outlet reproducing the DNA report. But again, how do you sue the internet? By the time the legal papers are filed, the damage is already viral, immortalized in hashtags and memes. Every hour, new evidence appeared. Anonymous emails, alleged hospital records, Even a blurry ultrasound photo circulating with claims it belonged to Georgina. Authentic or not, it didn't matter. The scandal had grown too big. The truth was no longer important. The narrative had already swallowed everyone whole. And the scariest part? Sources close to the family claimed that Ronaldo wasn't just fighting humiliation. He was preparing for something drastic, a move that could shake football, sponsorships, and even his personal life forever. Because if the leaks are to be believed, Ronaldo might be considering the one thing no fan ever thought possible. The whispers about Ronaldo's next move sent shockwaves through both the football world and the gossip industry. Insiders claimed he wasn't just preparing a lawsuit, he was preparing for war. Not the kind played on lush green pitches, but the kind fought in courtrooms, boardrooms, and behind closed doors where billion-dollar contracts hang in the balance. Reports surfaced that Ronaldo had quietly contacted 3 of the world's most expensive crisis management firms, demanding a total brand cleanup. The mission? Erase the scandal, discredit the DNA report, and bury the hotel footage under a mountain of fake news disclaimers. But here's the problem. You can't bury what the public doesn't want to forget. And the public had already crowned Messi as the man who didn't just beat Ronaldo on the field. He allegedly beat him in his own home. Social media had turned vicious. Fans staged mini protests outside stadiums with banners reading DNA doesn't lie. One viral clip even showed children chanting in the streets of Buenos Aires, "Messi's baby." For Ronaldo, this wasn't just humiliation. It was generational humiliation. Kids too young to remember his prime were now growing up associating his name with betrayal and scandal instead of trophies and goals. Meanwhile, more evidence kept pouring in. An anonymous Reddit account dropped what they claimed were financial receipts showing Georgina booking secret flights to Paris during international breaks. Another leaked voice note allegedly from Ronaldo himself, his voice trembling as he said, "I gave her everything and she gave me shame." Whether that audio was AI generated or not, it didn't matter. The internet took it as confirmation. And Messi, the man at the center of it all, stayed eerily calm. No comments, no denials, no fiery statements. Just business as usual. Posting training photos, hugging his kids, smiling with Antonella. Some saw that as proof of innocence. Others saw it as a smug silence of a man who knew the world was burning around him, and he didn't have to say a word. Georgina, on the other hand, cracked under the weight. Paparazzi photos showed her covering her face with oversized sunglasses, avoiding questions, rushing past reporters at airports. Her silence had gone from strategic to suspicious. Gossip shows speculated endlessly about whether she was hiding her pregnancy, waiting for the storm to pass, or plotting her next chess move against Ronaldo. By now, even governments got involved. Spanish outlets reported that investigators were reviewing whether the DNA report had been hacked or leaked from a private clinic, potentially breaching medical confidentiality. Some argued that if real, the report could become evidence in a future legal battle between Ronaldo and Georgina. Imagine that, one of the world's most famous couples dragging their dirty laundry into a courtroom, with Messi's name written all over the case files. Brands started jumping ship quietly. A luxury watch company removed Ronaldo's photo from its homepage. A rumor swirled that a top fragrance brand froze his endorsement deal pending clarity. This wasn't just gossip anymore. It was financial bloodshed for a man whose net worth depends as much on his image as his goals. The cracks were beginning to cost millions. The football world had never seen anything like it. Journalists called it the scandal of the century. One pundit said on live television, "Forget Maradona's hand of God. This is Georgina's hand of betrayal." The line went viral instantly, clipped and replayed across platforms, immortalizing the scandal even more. But the deepest cut came from within Ronaldo's own fan base. A group of ultra fans in Portugal issued a statement saying they felt betrayed by Georgina and demanded Ronaldo rethink his personal life to save his professional legacy. Imagine that, your own supporters turning against the person closest to you. Conspiracy theories now reached fever pitch. Some swore Messi orchestrated the entire leak to humiliate Ronaldo permanently. Others believed Georgina staged it to negotiate a bigger settlement if she ever left him. And then there were the wild claims that this was all a ploy by rival clubs to destabilize Ronaldo mentally ahead of big matches. Whatever the truth, the chaos worked. Ronaldo's performance dipped. Cameras caught him snapping at teammates, slamming water bottles, even storming off the pitch after a substitution. Commentators linked every tantrum back to the scandal. Headlines read, "DNA drama haunts Ronaldo on the pitch." For a perfectionist obsessed with control, this was a nightmare unraveling in real time. Meanwhile, TikTok edits reached new levels of savagery. One showed Georgina walking into a hospital with a caption, "Checking in for Messi Jr." Another edit used slow-motion footage of Ronaldo's tears after a World Cup loss, overlaid with the words, "He lost more than just a trophy." Millions of views poured in. The internet wasn't just reporting the scandal, it was feasting on it. And yet, the biggest twist was still to come. A journalist in Argentina claimed to have access to the full DNA file, not just the screenshots. According to their exclusive, the document confirmed with 99.9% accuracy that Messi's genetic markers matched the alleged unborn child, whether fabricated or not. The story went nuclear. Even mainstream outlets who usually avoid gossip started running headlines. Messi named an explosive DNA allegation. The fallout hit Ronaldo like a tidal wave. Lawyers, sponsors, teammates, everyone demanded answers he didn't have. His silence only fueled more speculation. Was he broken? Was he plotting revenge? Or was he secretly preparing for the ultimate exit from both Georgina and the circus surrounding her? One insider, speaking to a British tabloid, claimed Ronaldo told his confidants, "I would rather walk away from everything than live as the punchline of Messi's joke." If true, it suggested something unthinkable, that Ronaldo was considering retirement, not because of age or injury, but because of scandal. And that's the tragic poetry of it all. For years, the debate was about who was the greatest on the field. Now, it was about who won the war of perception off it. Messi's silence became his weapon. Georgina's silence became her guilt. And Ronaldo's silence became his downfall. But the internet crowned its winner already. And let's just say, it wasn't Cristiano. So here we are, standing at the edge of football's darkest cliffhanger. A leaked DNA report, a midnight hotel video, and silence that screams louder than words. Ronaldo's empire shaken, Georgina branded as the ultimate betrayer, and Messi, the man who supposedly scored the most unforgettable goal of his life, not on the pitch, but in the shadows of a scandal. But the question lingers, what if this is all true? What if Ronaldo, the man obsessed with legacy and perfection, finds himself reduced to a meme, not because of missed penalty, but because of betrayal in his own home? And what if Messi's clean image, the saintly father and husband, collapses under the weight of a secret he never wanted revealed? Think about it. If this DNA report holds even an ounce of truth, it doesn't just change families, it rewrites football history. Because this is no longer about trophies, goals, or Ballon d'Ors. This is about humiliation, pride, and the legacy of two men who built their entire careers on rivalry. Imagine how the fans will treat Ronaldo from here on. Imagine how Messi's name will echo, not just in stadiums, but in scandal archives forever. But what do you think? Is this scandal the nail in Ronaldo's legacy? Or is it a manufactured circus designed to destroy him? Could Georgina really have betrayed him with the one man who defines his entire career? And if the DNA report is fake, does it even matter anymore now that the internet has already chosen its truth? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is the kind of scandal no one forgets. And if you want more breaking bombshells like this, make sure to hit that like button, share this madness, and subscribe right now to Spill Nose, your #1 source for the truths they don't want you to hear.